Welcome to Crypt Theory, where we go into the unknown, the supernatural, and the dark histories of the real world. Let's get into it. Alright, so, today, we are going to the land down under, New Guinea and Tasmania, and the one, the only, Thylacine, or Thylacine, however you say it. Also known as the Tasmanian Tiger, is a fascinating creature, truly extinct or could still be hiding remote corners of Tasmania. We're gonna do what we do here, go into sightings, what it's about, what the lore behind it is, and the possibility if it's actually real or not. Let's do the thing, and as always, I hope you enjoy. So we'll start. The scientific name is the Thylacinus cynophallus. Thylacinus cynophallus. I just butchered that, but it was a carnivore marsupial native to Tasmania, Australia, New Guinea, as I said in the beginning. Resembles a large dog and distinctive tiger-like stripes on its back. The Thylacine is believed to have gone extinct in the 20th century, but people say they can still see it today, which is interesting. Thylacine, I'm just gonna call it the Tasmanian tiger for the rest of the video. Was widespread across Australia and New Guinea. Its range shrank significantly due to hunting, habitat destruction, and competition with humans and introduced species like dingoes by the European settlers that arrived in Tasmania in the early 1800s. The Tasmanian tiger was already rare on the mainland of Australia. In the 19th century, European settlers viewed the Tasmanian tiger as a threat to livestock, leading extensive hunting campaigns. The Van Diemen's Land Company, for example, offered bounties for Tasmanian tiger pelts. Starting in the 1830s, this combined with habitat destruction and disease led to rapid decline of these Tasmanian tiger populations. This is starting to take the same toll as the Meg, as why it's a cryptid, and the way of it's still possibly living today, but we're not 100% sure. It's in the same boat as the Meg and the Kraken. I would have to argue for, is this a cryptid or is it just still alive, but very rare and very hard to find. By the earliest 20th centuries, Tasmanian tigers exceedingly rare. Last known wild Tasmanian tiger was killed by a farmer named Wilf Batty. I'm not kidding. In 1930. I am not kidding about that name. Wilf Batty. That is an amazing name. I absolutely love that name. That is amazing. I'm naming my kid Wilf Batty. Try me. The species declined, culminated in the capture of the last known Tasmanian tiger. This individual named Benjamin lived at the Hobart Zoo until death on September 7th, 1996. So the Tasmanian tiger was named Benjamin. And he died September 7th, 1936. So he's survived about um, he was sitting there for about 6 years. So it's not horrible to sit in a zoo for 6 years, but surprising. And also, since there was only one, they wouldn't have been able to repopulate, which sucks. Um, this is why I put it in with like something like the Meg or the Megalodon or the Kraken. Of it's very unknown to say, hey, this is non-existent. We knew they existed. The Kraken is more of a we're not 100% sure if it existed or not thing, but you can context clues. It's more possible than not. Um, in these cases, other than like um, the jackalope, which we covered last episode, the have to say Mothman, the Jersey Devil. Sadly, I would have to say Maryland's version of the Goat Man, and Texas's version, but I would still like to believe there is a Goat Man in Maryland that carries an axe around. That if you go on his back roads, he will chase you like a horror character. Um, Beyond that, this date is now commemorated as National Threatened Species Day in Australia, which interesting. National, yay, we made this thing go extinct. Now it doesn't exist anymore. Possibly, possibly. Uh, but is a Tasmanian tiger truly gone? Since Benji's death, there has been numerous reports, sightings suggesting that it's still out there, hidden in remote areas of Tasmania. In the following decades, following the 1930s, sightings have continued to trickle in. Some notables include sightings in the 1940s and 50s, as well as several organized searches by wildlife enthusiasts and researchers. In 1982, a government park ranger named Hans Narding, that's how you say that, right? Double A, yeah, Narding, reported to see a Tasmanian tiger for several minutes in northwestern Tasmania. This sighting sparked a flurry of interest and renewed search effort. No definitive um, evidence was found there, which, ugh, that's the problem with these things. No definitive evidence. You can't get nothing out of it. Which that's the case with I think every single cryptid we've ever talked about so far. They don't have stone cold evidence. They can have little pictures here and there, but they don't have hard evidence, which is always interesting. Um, yeah, amazing. Anyways, the despite the lack of evidence, the possibility of the Tasmanian tiger survivor captivates many. Some believe vast. It lives in the vast, rugged terrain of Tasmania. Could hide a small, elusive population of these things, evading detection for decades. It's possible, but more likely than not, this thing is extinct. But it's still possible. Anything's possible. The Tasmanian tiger's unique biology fuels speculation. As a marsupial, it had reproductive strategies that have allowed it to survive in small, isolated populations. Furthermore, the elusive and nocturnal nature of the tiger makes it perfect candidate for a cryptid. Um, it's, as I said before, it's in the same situation as the megalodon and the kraken. Of, it's more likely than not. Um, we know these things actually existed in the kraken's case. We're not 100% sure, but more likely than not, it 100% existed. Back when there weren't as much ship travel, and it's just proven over time that it's still possible. These are the more probable ones. I would have to say, compared to like Mothman and the Jersey Devil and all those cryptids like that. Um, Many scientists, as scientists discover these things or study these things a lot, are skeptical. Extensive research, lack of variable evidence. Scientists believe that it's extinct, but what do they know? Am I right, or am I right? um, but for real, we can speculate all we want. It's still possible, but it's highly unlikely. It's probably one of the most highly unlikely cases that we've seen on this channel so far. The absence of recent relatable bones, fur, clear photographs, it makes it really difficult to support claims of this thing's actually still alive today. Despite the skepticism, legend of this thing still persists. Very prominent. The creatures have become an icon of lost wildlife. The impact of human activity on a native species is a poignant reminder that to dedicate balance between humans and nature, as majority of animal hunting laws do today, to make it a balance. That's why you'll have different hunting seasons and all that stuff. So what we've gone over, just to recap, this thing is a fascinating blend of history, mystery, and science, which is very true. Either if it's extinct or still out there hiding from people, it's still a powerful symbol of the ongoing quest, understand and preserve the natural world as much as we can, to the point of the extent that we've already ruined it a lot and made a lot of animals and stuff like that go extinct. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Next episode we're going into the Champy. That should be a fun one to go into and an interesting one. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell while you're down there. And thanks for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next one.